Sofia here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing kind of a different video. This video was inspired by Mixie Pixie 7's Draw My Life, and I'm doing this video because I've always wanted to share kind of the history and the story behind All4ag Productions because I never really told you guys any of that, and this video will be sharing the history of All4ag Productions. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it all started on my 4th birthday when my great aunt gifted me my first American Girl doll. It was a Truly Me, and most of you who watch my channel know her as Joss. Quick spoiler, she's not the real Joss doll, and I'll tell you how I got her into that name later. But I never really knew what American Girl dolls were, and my parents never really told me about them, so I was really surprised that I got a doll that looked like me, but I never really understood what she was and what I was really supposed to do with her. So she just kind of sat in my attic for I don't know how many years, I think like 7, and I just completely ignored her because I never really played with her, never really did anything with her, and my parents didn't want to throw her away because she was such an expensive doll, so they kind of just saved her there and said, oh, she'll one day find out and want to play with her. So fast forward to a couple years, I was going through my attic one day and I found this doll that looked exactly like me. And I was like, well, who is this doll? Who are you? And my mom explained that I got her for my 4th birthday, but I don't remember. So I just fell in love with her. I loved how I had a doll that looked just like me because I never had a doll that looked like me. So I did everything for her. I started making sort of a little room for her out of a giant cardboard box that I just saved. And I'd cut out old towels as blankets. I'd cut out cardboard and paste them to the wall to be shelves, and I just loved her. I'd make little clothes for her out of scraps of clothing, and I just loved her. So one day, I wanted to make a phone for my doll. So I asked my parents, YouTube might have something. Can I go on YouTube and maybe search up? And they're like, okay, go ahead. So I searched up, and the first video that came up was a video by American Girl Ideas. I don't know if her channel is named something different now because now her channel is all about gaming. But back then it was named American Girl Ideas, and I just loved how she gave you free printables that would, when you printed them out, they would come out to the exact size that you needed. And I just loved, I scrolled through her website and I did like 3 DIYs in one night. I was just so obsessed. And every day I'd print out more printables, try to make more crafts, even though I didn't have anything like hot glue or X-Acto knives or foam board. I had nothing like that, but I just loved doing her crafts. I immediately fell in love with them. So one day I saw a video that she did where she was unboxing and reviewing Joss Kendrick, the Girl of the Year. And I just looked at Joss and I'm like, hey, that's my doll, which it wasn't. So I'm like, Mom, Dad, you didn't know that my aunt bought me the Joss doll, and they actually kind of believed me because they didn't really know too much about that. So that's where I got the name Joss, because I thought that she was the real Joss doll, even though Joss was released in 2020 and I got my doll in like 2014. So that's kind of where her name comes from, and I did eventually figure out that she wasn't the Joss doll, but the name just kind of stuck on my channel and I was just like, I'll just keep it. So then once I figured out that she was Joss, I wanted to make a specialized room for her that was Joss themed and surfery and all that stuff. So I went on YouTube and I searched up DIY Joss Kendrick themed room or something like that. And the first video that came up was from AG for Life. And her channel is all about interior design, and once again, I fell in love. I went from crafting to interior design, and that's kind of when I created my dollhouse, because I showed my parents, this is how she made her dollhouse, can I have one? Because I was just so inspired by her kitchen, and her dining room, and her living room, and the dolls' bedrooms. They just all look so cute and so detailed, and I just loved it. So that's kind of how I started going into AG Dolls and AG Tube. Then one day I watched a video called by AG for Life. I think it was called like 21 Things to Do When You're Bored or something like that. And one of them was you can do a stop motion, and she kind of did a quick preview of what a stop motion was. And I was kind of like, okay, what is this? I'm going to learn how to do it. Tell me how. So I downloaded the app that she was using. And of course, everybody starts with Stop Motion Studio. That is just the stop motion app. And I started doing my stop motions, and I did like one, and I edited it, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, my doll can move. I could put a voice, and I could create a whole story, because in school I always loved to do fictional stories about my own characters. But I just always loved storytelling, and I loved how I could incorporate my favorite toy to make her move and make a story out of her. So I just love doing the stop motion thing. Then one day I begged my parents if I could have a YouTube channel. I told them I'd do crafts, interior design for my doll house, and stop motions on it. They kind of had to talk about it a little bit, I have to admit. But eventually they said yes, and I was so excited. So on November 3rd, 2020, I created my YouTube account, All4ag. Back then it didn't have the productions at the end that I kind of put just a couple months ago, just to make it sound a little more professional. I told my family, I texted my friends, and they all subscribed to my channel, and I never really got any non-family or friend subscribers until I got subscribed to by Stop Motion Cuties, and I was so excited. I ran to my parents. I'm like, I got my first literal subscriber, and they were so excited. We all just jumped up and down, and it kind of just went off from there. First I got 16 subscribers, and I was like, okay, what? Like 16 people actually like my videos? And then it went from 16 to 50, and then from 50 to 100, and then 100 to 150, and then we got to 200. I was like, okay, we're stopping here. Like, this cannot be happening. And now we are at 260 subscribers. Guys, I am just so happy and grateful. Thank you all so much for 260 subscribers. When I started my channel, I had no idea that I would even make it to 50 subscribers, and here we are at 260. Thank you all so much. I'm sorry I haven't been posting a lot, and the reason why is because my editing software and my computer have been giving me a whole lot of trouble, and I've just been going through this whole process of trying to fix it and it's a big mess. And I'm telling you, I already have like 3 pre-filmed videos. I just need to edit them and post them, so that's the only thing holding me back. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I certainly had a lot of fun making it. Excuse me for my not very good drawing. I'm not the best drawer. But thank you all so much, and yeah, I'll see you. Bye.